Bumblebee has been one of the most popular Transformer characters of all time. Therefore, it has always been exciting to see more and more MPM level figures of Bumblebee to come out on the market, either from the official source of Hasbro and Takara, or from third-party company, or even from fourth-party KO company. And yes, today we're going over multiple promising figures of Bumblebee that are planned to come out. The first one on the list is the MD-003 KO figures, which is a straight 1-to-1 scale KO of the ThreeZero DLX Rise of the Beast Bumblebee. Unlike the original ThreeZero figures, which come with a lot of battle damage decoration and weathering effects, these KO figures will come with a brand new paint app with no battle damage effect and weathering effects throughout his body, so his body is entirely clean. Unlike the ThreeZero figures, which doesn't have finger articulation, these figures appear to have finger articulations, so at this that will be a slight improvement versus the original figures. Beside the fingers, the other articulation and accessory remain the same as the original ThreeZero figures. And yes, this guy will carry over all of the LED eyes and LED weapons, both the blue eye for the regular mode and the red eye for the battle mode. The LED eyes on the weapons and the finger articulation together definitely make this guy look very imposing. Next, for the Rise of Beast design, now we actually have a transformable MPM level figures of Bumblebee. These figures, unlike the ThreeZero, he can perfectly transform into a vehicle mode. Although as the release of these photos over here, we didn't even know what the product's name was. But now I think we have a really good ideas about which company is behind these products right here. You can see that this Bumblebee is extremely accurate to the model, especially for how streamlined he looked in the front, but in the back, we still have honorable wings and they are accurate to the movie, which have 4 splitted parts. Although the leg itself appears to be fairly kibbly in the back, the company definitely did a very good job in cleaning up the details and make this bike very streamlined with accurate wings. The vehicle modes also cleaned up very nicely. You can see that there's no robot part hanging out except for the weapons. Of course, for weapon storage in this case, it's very similar to most of the Hasbro figures, in which the weapons basically just slap onto the vehicle. Here is a comparison between the CGI model and the figures, so we can see how close they actually get the design down into plastic form. And here are some Photoshop images that give us an idea of how these figures will scale with some of the figures that we have already on the market. These guys seem to fit better with the KOCE figures. And here is the photo that gives us an idea of which company is working on this design right here. They appear to be a brand new company named Brave Troops Toys or BTT. The Rise of the Beast Bumblebee figures will probably be their BTT-01 figures. And then the second figure is this Optimus right here. I was very excited to actually see this Rise of the Beast Optimus right here because it's pretty much one of the first few MPM Rise of the Beast figures that we have ever gotten on the market, either from the official source of Takara Tomy and Hasbro or from third-party figures, and they seem to have done a very good job with this design. The details on the figures are very plenty and very sharp. It must also come with plenty of accessories, and you have a very good vehicle mode with clean up very nicely in comparison to some other competitors like the Lucky Cat Rise of the Beast Optimus. And here's our hint for the next Bumblebee. It is the company that's making this magnificent looking Optimus right here with premium paint job. It's TMT. And yes, this Optimus can absolutely transform, and here's are the vehicle mode. The vehicle mode look gorgeous on these figures. It feels like it have just as much detail as the robot mode. And this is the TMT-02, the Bumblebee movie model of the Beetle Bumblebee. The figures appear to have a very clean robot mode with fairly good decent amount of articulation joints that we can see. Unlike the previous TMT model like the Cybertronian mode Bumblebee, which did not have the waist swivel, this version was updated and would have the waist swivel. Bumblebee would still come with both of his signature weapons, including the knife on one arm and the arm gun on the other arm, as well as the battle mask. In this case, the battle mask eyes will be red. The back of this Bumblebee also appears to be cleaned up very nicely with only 2 door wings, and they are small, just like how they was in the movie. The vehicle modes appear to be cleaned up very tidily, unlike the previous model of the Transform Bumblebee. Next, we have an official MPM level figures from Hasbro and Takara themselves. This time it's a 4D selection Bumblebee, or the premium finished version of movie masterpiece MPM-03 Bumblebee. We can see right away that these figures have a totally different paint job in comparison to the original MPM-03 Bumblebee. The new paint job will be more of the orange which is yellow in comparison to the bright canary yellow that we used to have with the original MPM-03. Other than the premium paint job articulation, the figure doesn't seem to have any improvement in terms of molding detail or engineering. However, this release definitely still served the fanbase because many of us have not had a chance to obtain the MPM-03 Bumblebee figures from 2017 without having to pay a very high price from scalper. This release gives us a second chance to obtain official products which looks even better than the original one. And of course, for these figures, they will have the original Autobot insignia on the figure as well, which one of the KO will lack of. Both the robot mode and the vehicle mode definitely got benefited a lot by this new paint apps right here. And yes, these figures was originally planned to be released in July of 2024, but for some reason they actually got delayed, and even now in November of 2024, these figures still have not been released anywhere yet. And the official release date got delayed until the first quarter of 2025. Next, we have a weird KO version of the MPM-03 Bumblebee, which is this one right here, which just have the whole golden paint going throughout his figures. The figures appear to be a KO oversized version, similar to that of the Weijing version. But of course, because Weijing company got destroyed a few years back, I'm kind of surprised why we're seeing this now under the same name. Although this color is entirely inaccurate to the movie, but it definitely has some charm to it. He just looks so shiny and attractive. Next, we have the official cheap knockoff of Bumblebee. Of course, that is the unique toy stingers. These unique toy stingers will be the UTR-09 of the line. In this side comparison right here, we can see that definitely this UTR-09 stingers will scale very well with most of the MPM figures, especially for the smaller size scale like Bumblebee, Jazz, and Barricade. The figure appears to also scale fairly well with the unique toy Dino and the Metagate Griff. From this intricate and very clean design of unique toy stinger right here, we can definitely see the potential for unique toy making an actual Bumblebee figure. It's about time for us to actually get new design from Bumblebee for the Transformer 1, 2, and 3, and even 4 and 5, because we already see that the UTR number 10 will be Transformer 1, 2, and 3 design of Optimus Prime. So the chance that we may actually get a UTR number 11 Bumblebee is very highly for Transformer 1, 2, and 3 as well. The unique toy stinger appears to scale very well with the other MPM figures on the line as well. Next, we got teased with our MPM level figures of the last 9 design of Bumblebee. Until now, these figures still remain a mystery. We don't know where it's come from, which company is making this design, and when it actually come out to the market. But from these photos over here, we can see that it's definitely a remolded version of the MPM-03 mold. It's just that some part got alternated to make it look like the last 9 version, and we get a new head for this Bumblebee as well. Although this mold is based off the MPM-03 mold, but I still think that it looks very promising as the last 9 figures. Details on the figures, especially in the front, definitely got changed quite a lot. And this new head sculpt definitely look mild better than the MPM-03 heads. And yes, to complete the last 9 look for Bumblebee, these figures will come with both weapons, the arm gun for Bumblebee and the battle hammers that he has in the last 9. The vehicle mode of this design also appears to be quite promising, although it's not 100% accurate to the movie, but it definitely represents what we want to see in the last 9.